What's up, people? I am Ndia, a singer-songwriter, and I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Like ever since I've been, I don't know, like since I was 2, like entertaining and performing, like I don't want to sound like, I don't know how to make this not sound like egotistical, but I've always just like thrived off of entertaining people, whether it's making people laugh, whether it's like doing something talent-wise, singing, something that makes people feel good. I just really like to see people's reactions, and I like to make people feel good, and I like to do things that I feel are therapeutic musically to people. Like I love that reaction. So like ever since I was like 2 or 3, I don't know, like I was just a ham. Like I was always performing at family functions and dancing and just being extra. Like I don't know, just being extra. And then the expressive part about it, like being able to express myself, because I had always really been very soft-spoken. So just being able to express myself through another medium, through writing music, through singing and recording, and being heard, but being heard more so indirectly, to where I don't have to like be all in your face, and you have a choice of whether or not you want to tune in and listen. So that's pretty much what inspired me to be an artist and pursue music. That's pretty much like what inspired me. So my creative process, I typically don't really like to talk about my creative process, because it's like usually when I'm going through something, I don't want to be like super transparent that I'm going through something, but that's really what helps my creative process. Like just having, like a year ago, like I had my heart broken like really badly, and I just wrote like all these songs, and I felt like that at that point in my life more people connected to those songs. So honestly, like if I'm writing a song, I don't really like to write in front of people, especially if it's a song where like I'm showing vulnerability or I'm being very emotional or expressive. It's not that easy for me to write in front of people. So like I just like zone out. Like I'll be in a session by myself. A lot of times I'm in the car in my feelings, or I'm just in my room. Like I remember this one time I just wrote this song, and it was like, I remember it was like the middle of winter, and I was just in my room in a little nightgown, and I had this big blanket, and I just turned off all the lights, and I just lit these candles. I know it sounds so extra and dramatic, but sometimes you really need to do things to get into your zone. And I just wrote this song, and like it was just like one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. And then sometimes like I may write something out of anger or frustration. Yeah, the creative process is really like, you just gotta be in your vibe. It doesn't even really matter where you are. Like I may just be out somewhere random and something just crosses my mind, and I literally just pick up my phone and go into the voice recorder and just start singing something, or like I'll write some lyrics down or something like that. I get questions like, you know, what defines you as an artist? What do you think sets you, like in terms of your aesthetic identity? And I've noticed a common theme with like a lot of artists who people gravitate to, they have their theme. And I guess I never really thought about it, but I think a big part of who I am, at least aesthetically, is my hair. Because back in the day, I would never wear my hair curly, period. Like it just wouldn't happen. It was always straightened. And it just took a while for me to really like get used to who I am. And now, like, I don't even really like to wear it straight that much. But I think that's a cool thing, like just to be able to be who I am and not really worry about, am I fitting in? You shouldn't, like, whoever you are, you should embrace it, and however God made you, you should embrace it, and you should never be ashamed. And a lot of times that ends up being the thing that makes you stand out and makes you who you are, and you're just so focused on being like how everyone else is and wanting to be who everyone else is, but you just kind of like drown out when you're just like everybody else, because there's nothing particular about you, or there's nothing different about you. So right now, like, I'm just really embracing who I am and naturally, and just how I am, and I'm just really like loving it, and that's a staple. So, you know, look out for the big hair, because it's staying for a minute. I switch it up sometimes though, but for the most part, like, this is who I am. So also, instruments do play into the creative process, especially melodically. So like, if I'm at a lot, like when you think about it and you sit down and you listen to a song, it's literally just patterns. They're just melodic patterns. When I picked up the piano and I started, like, the first thing I started learning was like pop songs. Like, I wanted to really just break them down and see what, you know, from a music theory standpoint, like, what is it that people empathize? Why do people empathize with these songs so much? Is it really the words, or is it the melody? So like, a lot of these great songs like Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby, and just like Halo by Beyonce, like a lot of these ballads and these big songs that are so huge have this certain pattern to it. Like a lot of Alicia Keys songs, like she has a pattern to it. So if I'm like really at a loss for a melody, or if I have writer's block, or I can't think of a melody, like all you really have to do is just go to a piano and pick out a pattern. Make sure it's in the right key, but just pick out a pattern and then just start playing with it. And then with that pattern, or with those chords, you can like play around with the rhythm of it and the timing of it, and you'll be surprised. You'll come up with some really like dope stuff. And literally, I swear, it's really, I can't emphasize this enough, it's really like a pattern, and it's so fascinating, like when you there's these sound patterns, like how they evoke so much emotion from humans and even animals. Like, so that's kind of like what it's kind of like music theory, like the science of melody and music, if you will. So that's another part of the creative process. Alright guys, it was fun chopping it up with you guys, but you know, I gotta finish walking on this belt line, get some of this Atlanta weather in, get some of my exercise. You know, I gotta stay fine. No, but anyways, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My name is Curly Hair Goat Skin, all one word. And I hope like this just provides some insight for some artists out there, like if they need some creative ideas, or because I do the same thing, or if anybody just looking for some new ideas or inspiration, like in terms of just getting those creative juices flowing. Like, I hope this provides some insight. I have fun chopping it up with you guys today, but I gotta go get me some ice cream, and I will see you later.